refined calculations and projects, then went through weeks get together. Information on the dark opening. The data they gathered was handled utilizing a supercomputer, yielding a dazzling picture of the enormous dark opening. Yet this piece of the smooth way keeps on astonishing researchers. The telescope's scope of vision is extended by many receiving wires, and following 144 hours of perceptions on Mercat and 70 debugs have handled information, cosmologists had the option to build this never-been-seen picture.
In the event that radio waves should have been visible, this is the manner by which the focal point of our universe would seem. It's an incred-rally, point-by-point picture, with each article remaining to some degree baffling. This is a circular cosmic explosion blast, and to one side of it is an item that cosmologists are as yet incapable to distinguish. It gives off an impression of being a comet with a brilliant tail. However, it's anything but a comet. This picture portrays a lot bigger and more unusual item, monster attractive limbs reaching out from the focal point of the smooth way. Researchers trust this to be a flood of ionized gases racing into space from the profundities of Sagittarius, a star. Another fascinating followed radio. Source is likewise noticeable close by. It presumably moves at a very fast and abandons a path. The baffling fibers were first found during the 1980s, and the new Mercat picture uncovered a great many new ones, which is multiple times more than recently found. Finding these grandiose wires was a troublesome errand, since they firmly converge with different items in the focal point of the cosmic system. Yet Mercat can identify synchrotron radiation, or radio waves, created by the development of charged particles at close to light speed, joined with programming. Imaging handling cosmologists accept these particular enormous wires stretch for 150 light years. These limbs look like strings organized 2 by 2 or gatherings like strings on a harp. Space experts named these developments after earthly animals, including pelicans, mice, and snakes, thanks to prevalent innovation, that at last made it possible to catch the strings on camera anyway. The beginning of this vast menagerie is, as yet, a secret, the fibers which are trapped with starboom, RSTs, and cosmic explosion. Blasts could have been shaped by the attractive fields of energized gases, leaving the dark opening. These 1-400 light-year exhibits reach out from the dark opening in inverse headings, framing two parts of an hourglass. With the dark opening at its tightest point, the string-filled bubbles seem to be finely woven, flawless bits of enormous workmanship, and they most likely seemed huge number of years prior because of a serious, grandiose calamity. It just so happens the cosmic fibers are encased in casing, as two monster bubbles that discharge radio discharges. Cosmologists spec conjecture about various potential results, paying little heed to what happened. The debacle was gigantic in scope, causing a monstrous flood of energy that pierced the interstellar medium and led to gas bubbles. A score that rose after the synchronous blast of many stars might have occupied this locale of room with a colossal measure of energy or a dark opening gulped close by. Stars excessively quick and let a portion of the gases out. These designs are like little cleans, air bubbles contrasted with Goliath Burmy bubbles, which were found in 2010 and stretch above and beneath the cosmic focus by up to 50,000 light-years. They are a large number of times more enormous than the Sun, and after 10 years with the guide of the Wisconsin H-Alpha Mapper telescope, transmit gamma beams at a higher energy level than the smooth way. The electrons inside them are still in an energized state, and when joined with the encompassing attractive fields, they emanate radio waves with the option of extra information space experts acquired. Further comprehension of the Fermi bubbles. They found particles inside the air pockets that started from a strong light glimmer that happened roughly 3.5 a long time back. Yet the gas inside the air pockets is still roughly 8,500 Kelvin in 2020. The Arosa telescope found one more sets of air pockets. These air pockets are both hourglass, molded, and noticeable in the X-beam band. Researchers meant to test models of the firm rises against perceptions as per Andrew Fox of the Space Telescope Science Establishment in Maryland. There are two potential clarifications for the presence of the bubbles, either the dark opening Sagittarius, a star, sucked in an enormous haze of hydrogen and afterward delivered a colossal measure of energy, or the two occasions happened all the while in the last situation. The glimmer would have had remarkable power and illuminated the whole universe like a Christmas tree. Space experts H to affirm this variant soon. The picture here looks at the Fairy and Arasa air pockets, which give off an impression of being genuinely comparative. In the meantime, one more gat. Herring of researchers is endeavoring to give a clarification to a vast occasion that is, as of now, lining. On Magic in 2021, stargazers recognized surprising radio transmissions coming from the focal point of our system, utilizing the Escape Radio Telescope in Australia. The transmissions were irregular, enduring 15 minutes every day for half a month prior to the weak cosmic transmissions disappeared and were subsequently distinguished, again by the Milky radio telescope. 6 transmissions were found by cosmologists in the initial 9 months of 2020. Stargazers were shocked by the high polarization of room signals, which demonstrates that the electrical transmission of radio waves was restricted to one heading. Researchers looked for clarifications and thought about pulsars, which are quickly turning neutron stars. What's weird is that their radio recurrence matched no recurrence known to science, in spite of the fact that pulsars are unequivocally polarized cosmic items that create radio waves. The transmissions that were not perceived didn't fit the portrayal of such things, since the radio range of magnetars varies essentially from that of the cosmic focus. Stargazers have presumed that these transmissions begin from another class of heavenly articles that science presently can't seem to completely comprehend. The peculiarity imparts specific qualities to other unexplained transmissions. Radio. Homeless people in the cosmic focus. We've recognized 3 of these transmissions during the 2000s. However, the wellspring of the GCRs is likewise inadequately seen, so it's still too soon to talk about whether they are coming from space.